play like a champion? Yes.
Yeah. We need one of those.
Walking into the studio?
But we need a podcast like a champion in the same font that's just right over the doorway. And then we just,
every
hit
time?
it every time we go out.
I don't know. I'm not really a fan of Notre Dame.
Neither am I, but I think it's a cool tradition.
I think it's a little bit forced. Yeah.
You could do the "Thank God I'm a Yankee" one in the Yankees stadium.
You see,
Whatever.
now we're talking.
Well, what am I gonna say? Thank God I'm a podcaster.
Yeah, I mean, listen. Hey, man.
Thank God I'm Italian and not a pervert.
I got ice in my veins. Walk like a champion, champion, champion. I'm so cold-blooded, I fear nobody. Ain't no letting down, I won't let you down. 'Cause I got ice in my veins. I talk like a champion, like a champion. I'm so cold-blooded, I'm so cold-blooded. I fear nobody, I fear nobody. I walk like a champion.
And I feel like now, because the Nets are in New York, a lot of old Knicks fans are like, the Nets, like these guys, like who the hell are these guys?
We're the guys from Jersey, from that swamp in East Rutherford.
Yeah, and it's funny that the Nets come up in conversation because there was a nice little interview that went on with a Nets player that some of y'all may know. He referred to by Draymond Green as K, but Kevin Durant and Draymond Green, they broke shit loose, on an interview a couple days. Actually, no, not a couple days ago.
It dropped today.
Yeah. But for y'all a couple days ago. Yeah. By the time y'all hear it.
Let's say, look at Miles with that beautiful transition. Oh
my
goodness.
There was the one day that y'all was in here, y'all was trashing me, so now I gotta be on top of it now. You know what I'm saying? I gotta take these opportunities when I can.
I say Miles is looking like us at McGonagall in transition, man. That shit. Oh my goodness.
I try. I really do. John would have been proud of me. John's gonna listen back. He's gonna be like,
We make it easy. Let's see. Look at that. I know we joked about making it hard on him last week, but I feel like we've made it easy on him. Like I don't know if there's any cuts. So far.
Maybe. I mean, there might be a little something, I did scream in y'all ears before, but, whether y'all hear that or not is up to John when he edits. But that's a whole other conversation.
Miles about to say a 6-letter word just to mess everything up.
Yes, and that 6-letter word is Corona. Brought to you by Snoop Dogg and Bad Bunny. Nah.
Oh, boy.
But no funny shit. So, Katie and Draymond, they had their little interview, and I didn't catch all of it, so I'm not going to lie. So Justin probably going to do most of the talking on this, but from what I did see, it was pretty interesting.
Oh, yeah, no, it was. Only like 25 minutes. This was the second time they've really had something like this. I remember on that podcast that KD does with I'm forgetting the guy's name, but I follow him on Twitter too. The OT, I think it's like OTC podcast or something like that. Mm-hmm. They had that during I think it was a few months ago, height of the pandemic. Maybe like March or something like that. So some of the stuff in this interview was like what was in that past podcast, but still, there was some new stuff in there, and it was pretty good. And honestly, what I took from it is and if anybody thinks that KD and Draymond hate each other, that couldn't be further from the truth.
Definitely.
The fight that they had in the Clippers game was not the reason that KD left. Apparently, it was how the Warriors brass handled the fight was why. Because he said, fights and shit happen all the time. Right. I mean, I was like Miles, as an athlete, you fight with your teammates before you've had not scuffles, but just like arguments and shit, but you hash it out.
Yeah.
Apparently the Warriors brass and coaches and GMs thought it was a bigger deal than it really was, and I guess that's the disconnect between front office and player, and which was interesting because Steve Kerr was one of the culprits of that, and Steve Kerr being a guy on the, those Bulls teams, all the shenanigans they did, he would know that sometimes infighting is good, but I thought it was a pretty good, insightful. You got some insight of the why KD is KD, who he is, right. what drives him, So I thought overall it was pretty good.
Yeah, it's definitely something that I plan on tuning in. I was actually gonna do it on the way here, but then I got distracted with the dumbness that is sports talk radio in New York.
Oh yeah,
yeah. But the one thing that I did hear that was a little bit interesting, and I saw it on Bleacher Report. They was talking about Katie and family, which is just like word to Vin Diesel. Of course, I gotta shout out Vin Diesel every time. Yo, we gotta clap it up for family. We gotta clap it up for family. Word to John. Gotta clap it up, family. All right. But real shit though. Like, they was talking about Katie and family. I don't know. Like, how did that come up during
the question?
Yeah, how did that come up during the interview?
I forget how, but I just remember it was Draymond just asking like, all right, so like you're
32.
He was like, you're 32, you know, no kids. Do you ever? I think it was just on the course of like, do you plan on having kids, or are you just like not? I mean, and KD said, if it's in the cards, it'll happen. I know the jokes are like KD doesn't care about nothing but, which honestly is crazy because he kind of confirmed that he deadass does not care about anything but ball. Like he said, yeah, I'm too focused on ball right now because in the off when the season ends, the off season comes and I'm still in the gym.
Yeah,
so I'm like, hey man,
you know who reminds me of KD a little bit, just based off of like that little bit that I saw, James.
Yeah.
If y'all don't know my man's James, that is a hoops is life, ball is life ass nigga, bro. Like he be in it. But yeah, like
James, and a crazy thing, I feel like James might actually no. Aside from John, James might have a kid before any of us.
Might. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I genuinely wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, no funny shit. You know, it's kind of like, once again going full circle on the whole media thing. It just gives you that. It's kind of a false perspective sometimes because, you know, the whole media had us thinking that Draymond and KD weren't good, this, that, and the third. Meanwhile, these niggas was probably kikiing ha-haing in the background like, yo, like, y'all niggas are really dumb if y'all think that just because we had this one little bitty fight on a court that we not good. Know what I mean? So
yeah, that's just basically how it went. And so he said like, yeah, they would have three-peated with you know, if he didn't get hurt, but it wasn't Draymond that forced him out or any like the whole like, oh, is it Steph's team, is it K's team? Mm-hmm. Like it was just how the front office handled it was kind of how, like, behind closed doors. Because even Draymond in the interview said like, yeah, they brought him after the fight, they brought him into the office, Steve Latham and Steve Kerr. I mean, sorry, I believe it's Joe Latham. Mm-hmm. And Steve Kerr. Yeah. And they brought him in for like an hour and like 45 minutes and was like, yo, you got to apologize to KD. And Dre was like, why I gotta do that? Like, it's not that big a deal. Like, right. We're just going to hash this shit out. Mm-hmm. And yeah, so it was like them like incessantly pressing him to apologize, which kind of made that like kind of rift, which is fun. Like that's why like bringing it back to like how we were talking like with Steve Cohen airing the not dirty laundry, but like calling out the team on social media. It's like, yo, like you can only do so much to push like certain players, and Steve, in Steve Cohen's case, yo, like not to say you're gonna alienate the locker room because like you're the owner, like obviously like you're in a different section than the players, but. Yo, things you do and say affect the players and affect how they view you, affect how if they want to re-sign. And look, KD and Draymond said it. The front office fucked it up. They could have won. They probably could have won five NBA titles in a row.
Yeah, I mean, of course, this is just the nonsense. I heard that part of it. I heard they were talking about that on the radio, and maybe I have to listen to it to get better context. But just off of how it looks, it's like, come on, y'all gotta have some more accountability than that. Like, if y'all are grown-ass men at the end of the day, and y'all are really sitting trying to figure out how to win and do all this shit, like, why are we blaming the front office? Why are we blaming Steve Kerr? Why are we blaming the general manager?
Oh, no, it wasn't a case. It was the case of him resigning. Right. Because remember, he had the 2 years, then he had the player option. Right. So I think in his mind, he just felt, yo, like, I thought it was all about communication, but you're kind of going behind my back and trying to have Draymond do all this other stuff where it's not that serious. So how can I really trust you? Mm-hmm. And it's like, all right, well then I might as well just head out.
But you know why they did that? Why they made Draymond apologize, or why they reached out to Draymond to apologize? Because
I get it, but at the same time, it's like you gotta let grown men just handle their shit. Like it's not like this is it's not the first fight any of these niggas have ever had.
Yeah, I guess maybe it was an overreaction out of them to react.
I think it was a little bit of an overreaction. I think it's obviously nobody knows how each how Draymond and KD were feeling at the time aside from them. I guess management can only go off of like what they're seeing, but it's one of those things where maybe just it was good that it happened. You know, just for the course of
The NBA.
you know, it's a cycle of KD and Golden State. Maybe it was supposed to happen where he just leaves. You know, who knows? But
No, for sure. I mean, and honestly, probably better for the league anyway. Like if we're being all serious, like of course Clay end up getting hurt again, but just the fact that imagine going into this upcoming season with that Warriors team from 2017, like
still intact.
it still wouldn't have been fair. Like it still wouldn't have been fair. Like you can even make the argument that you have the Warriors team going into this season, and it's still not fair. You know, with Clay about to get healthy, Steph, and then you got Draymond. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know. But you know,
yeah.
that whole KD Draymond thing, I'm glad they really put it to bed in the interview. So now everybody who is interested enough to know the story actually can, you know, refer to that versus referring to the media that will tell you that, yeah, they're not good because of this.
Yeah.
Or, you know, this is the exact moment in Golden State where it went wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, so.
Yeah, which is why I think it's just another example of why players don't trust the media, because it's like, how many times did we hear that Draymond and KD just hated each other? And mind you, meanwhile, they're just like, yo, we bangs with each other. Like, what are you talking about? Like, we're still cool. Like
the media will have you believing literally what the fuck ever, which is, you know, that's just.
Is it? But and I remember that they addressed, you know, Kyrie for like a little bit, you know, saying like, oh, like, you know, people hate him because he left Cleveland and left, you know, Boston, which I think is like, honestly, you know, I know it may sound a little biased because I'm a Nets fan, but I mean, has Kyrie done in his career? Has he done or said anything that you're like, yo, he's a bad guy?
Yeah.
Honestly, to be honest, outside of the whole flat Earth thing, which is like, all right, whatever, he said something crazy, fine.
Niggas say crazy shit.
Like niggas say crazy shit all the time, right? But like inherently, has he done anything that's warranted the amount of hate that he gets from certain media members? And you could say, oh, he said that he called the media pawns. Well, look how many years the media was killing this guy.
Yep.
Like, look how many years the media was killing this guy. So he lashes back, and now he's a bad guy. Like, come on.
It's just like, what do you want niggas to do? Like, at what point? Like, it's one more time, bro. One more time for the niggas in the back. Are you not entertained?
No, that's the problem.
Are you not entertained?
No.
Is this not why we are here?
That's the problem. That's what athletes are, just to people, and they're just entertainment.
That's it.
You know, that's all people care about. It's why, you know, people had their views of the Malice of the Palace and stuff like, oh, these athletes have to, no matter what fans and stuff say. All right, so where's the accountability of the fans? Where's the accountability of the media?
Speaking of Malice in the Palace, did you see the documentary on Netflix?
Yeah, I thought we talked about that last week.
Oh, you did? Yeah, you did. Yeah, we did.
I didn't think. I mean, like I said, I thought that you got just as much information out of the Ron Artest documentary as you did in the Malice of the Palace. All you really kind of did in the Malice of the Palace documentary on Netflix was just get a little bit more camera angles and like maybe one extra interview. But
camera angles is jokes.
Like. That's literally it. Like,
nigga said you get the broadcast camera.
Like, because everything else before that was like, all right, I already knew this stuff. Like, they even in the interview they had, it was Ron Artest saying like to Steven Jackson, "Yo, are you gonna get in trouble?" And I was like, "Damn, I already knew that shit. I known this shit for like 2 years."
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's I thought it was good. You know, 25, like I said, 25 minutes. It wasn't too long. They got right to the point. I'm assuming it was kind of like how we do our podcast, where it's like way longer than that, but they just edited it down.
They just edited it down to 25 minutes just to keep the people entertained. That's like about, you know, that's a shop episode.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah. Basically, I love the shop episodes too.
I love the shop. I swear to God, I watch the shop all damn day. No funny.
It's always just weird when they have the shop and Bron's not there.
Yeah, that's what happened with when Brady came. And that's why I was so confused. I'm like, how y'all gonna have the shop when Tom Brady is here and LeBron's not here?
Well, I remember they had the one shop also where it was Tiffany Haddish, Roddy Ricch, and who else?
Is that the most recent one?
I don't think. No, this was I think a year or so ago.
Huh.
Because it wasn't in the original. It wasn't in like the usual shop location. It was in like a different barbershop. I forget. There was some other actor. Oh, I think Kevin Hart was there too.
Oh, the one with Kevin Hart. Yeah, LeBron definitely wasn't there. I remember that one now. Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's always weird when Bron's not there because like, damn, like I know these are good episodes and stuff, but like, kind of came to see like here, Bron.
I mean, like you know what it is. Like honestly, I think because LeBron is a curator of it. I'm not really super pressed to see LeBron on it. It's more about the guest for me because you're getting like some of the most candid interviews with some of the greatest people ever. Like me sitting there watching a Tom Brady interview and this is where media can be good. This is where we can, and this is why like I tell people all the time, like when it comes to black-owned media, it's a completely different ballgame than it is with like, the ESPNs, the ABCs, like that kind of stuff, because it's a much more candid view of life. They had Brady on there, which I feel like I've never actually sat and watched a Tom Brady interview prior to that. They had Jay-Z on there. You know what I'm saying?
And the Jay-Z one was with the Bad Bunny
That
one,
was
right?
one with Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'd never heard Bad Bunny talk except for the Corona commercials.
Yeah.
I had never heard Bad Bunny talk before.
Yeah, no funny shit. That's what I'm saying. Like you're not gonna find that anywhere else. Like if anybody could find a Jay-Z interview that's just, this nigga is just candidly talking. Like this man is telling stories. Like R.I.P. DMX. Like he was telling a story about DMX. And if y'all heard it. But like that was one of the most like chilling stories I've ever heard anybody tell or talk about anything. You know what I'm saying? And then even like the fact that he'll have like other people in the room that are famous, but they're not necessarily being interviewed. Like shout out to Draymond being on there. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to what's his man? Not Rich Paul. His man's that be on
Mav
his
Carter.
Shout out to Mav Carter that be holding it down on every episode. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know. Like the shop, I feel like you want to talk about good media. Like that is like some of the most productive stuff that probably I've ever watched. And shout out to LeBron for creating a space for athletes to feel comfortable to do it. I would pay to see Naomi Osaka go in there. No funny shit.
Oh, you know what it was? The Tiffany Haddish one? That was the Pat Mahomes one.
Oh, yes.
That was the Pat Mahomes one.
Yeah, that was the Pat Mahomes.
And I was like, damn, they had Pat Mahomes, no Bron. Damn, that would have been good to see. But no, yeah, I love like how they have random people. Like they had Jon Stewart there. Yep. I think that was like the first episode, right? Mm-hmm. Or like one of the first two. I was like, damn, this is kind of cool. Like seeing like you are like everybody know, like not everybody, but we know who Jon Stewart is. But seeing him in that type of environment is pretty cool. Like just but yeah, no, I definitely would like that type of media to continue. You have the KD's like 35 Ventures thing where they do like little videos. Just even like just black people in media. I just read this article the other day. I forget the woman who wrote it, but it was about Marcus Stroman, and it was about his do-rags. And it was literally, how does Marcus Stroman play in his do-rags? What color do-rag is the best for Marcus Stroman? And it was a breakdown of like, all right, since 2019, he's worn blue, black, orange, and white do-rags and no do-rags. And they broke down his record in each, his ERA, his whip, his walk to ball. It was great.
Oh my goodness.
It was fan. I was like, yo, this is the type of stuff, this is the type of content like that brings people in.
Yeah.
And I know it's a niche thing, like, like not everybody's gonna understand like the significance of like the do-rag and stuff like that. Yeah. But like still like, especially in baseball,
right? And
you're trying to attract an audience or keep young black kids engaged. That's the type of things you want to do.
And it's amazing because you wish there was more Tim Andersons in the game. You wish there was more Marcus Stromans in the game. And it's so tough because even though there are black major league players, there's not really that many that that are representative of the culture. Let me just put emphasis on the culture, because you got like the Mookie Betts, the kind of dudes. You got like the Mookie Betts, the Tim Andersons, the Marcus Stromans, like the swaggy kind of dudes.
I would say even David Price for a little bit.
David Price for a little bit too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, and even they interviewed Tim Anderson. Like, and shout out to him, even though it was against my Yankees. Shout out to him hitting a walk-off home run in the Field of Dreams game because, for a long time he was really ridiculed for. That bat flip that he is now infamous for. You know what I'm saying? But the problem is that, and this kind of goes back to the No Fun League thing. We're so these sports leagues are so concerned with keeping things how they were versus letting the game adapt, which is what I will say that the NBA has done a great job of in comparison to the MLB and the NFL.
I feel like it's hilarious how like they don't even. they don't even realize what they're doing or what they're saying
Yeah.
in terms of getting things back to how they were. Like, you don't even realize the power of like words and things like that. But you really think about it, like, what do you mean by that? Look, you're saying it without actually saying it. And
Yeah.
if you need me to explain it, then I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
But it's very, very prevalent when people are complaining and want things to go back to how they were. It's like, all right, you hit the home run, put your head down, go around the bases, no chains, button up your jersey, have the have your pants a certain way, your belt a certain way. Yeah, look, you're admitting something to the world that you're not even consciously thinking about, but it's very prevalent. So,
Yeah.
yeah, no, even the Fernando Tatises, the Javi Baezes,
It's bringing fun and an audience into the game, and I just don't understand why it's so looked down on.
because sports, for some reason, sports was not supposed to be fun. I don't understand why, but sports wasn't supposed to be fun back in the day.
Yeah.
Like, people were going to baseball games in suits. How do you go to a baseball game in the middle of the summer in a suit and tie?
Ask Martin Luther King.
Like, that don't
He
make no
marched
sense. Yeah,
himself.
Martin Luther King wilding for that.
That
I'm
nigga-
not gonna lie.
MLK was bugging.
This nigga MLK was out here doing marches in a whole 3-piece. Like, dog, I know you sweating.
You know,
Bro, it's hot. It's Montgomery, Alabama. It's Selma. You telling me that you comfortable like this? I mean, I know, civil rights is important and all, but you can get civil rights and still be, cool while you do it.
Yeah, man.
I feel like a suit is not the best deterrent. And I know it's gonna be a little bit out of there. Maybe John's gonna have to cut this, but I feel like the suit is not the best deterrent from a fire hose or a German Shepherd.
Please, just
I'm just saying.
well, the
like,
layers for the German.
The
Shepherd.
layers?
The layers
Okay,
for
the
the
layers.
I can understand.
It's like, damn, you really going? You doing this march? Now you just ruined one of your 4 suits.
Yeah.
Shit.
Oh man.
You go to the march on Monday. You go to a march on Friday. Boom. Now you only got 2 things to wear to church on Sunday.
Man, oh man. I don't know. Bring back fun in sports, man. Basically, to recap everything, NFL, y'all bugging. The Yankees is nice. Told y'all niggas about Draymond and them. Take Marcus Stroman, Naomi Osaka, and Kyrie. Name out your mouth.
See, that's what we really need. We really need a cut. That's gonna really smooth over because I really feel like a lot of the hate that Kyrie gets is from a lot like LeBron fans that feel like, oh, he slighted LeBron. He didn't want to play with LeBron no more. If LeBron has Kyrie on a Shop episode, bro, shit gonna be great.
Yeah.
She's gonna be great. But yeah, I would love to see Naomi Osaka on one of those.
Yeah.
Simone Biles. Honestly, I could see LeBron doing and Mav Carter doing like an all women's one.
I'm surprised that they haven't yet. But
Yeah.
I mean, they've gotten WNBA players on there.
Cause I remember Candace Park was on what's
Brandon Stewart,
old
Brandon-
girl from
Neka Ogwumike?
yeah, and Gumukwe.
Yeah, she's been on a few. I feel like, yeah. Honestly, I feel like they definitely have room for it, and I feel like that would be the platform to do it. And I don't know. I really, what's crazy about the Shop, bro? I really feel like the Shop is so underrated. Like I'm telling my friends, I'm like, yo, this Jay-Z episode of the Shop, like y'all have got to watch this. Like this is literally must see TV. Like,
you know what I didn't know during that Shop episode with Jay-Z?
What?
I didn't know that he wrote the rap for Bugs Bunny
yeah.
in the original Space Jam. I had no idea.
That's like that, and that's like one of the other things that I'm telling you about. Like, damn, like that's when he knew he made it. This nigga is making raps for fucking Bugs Bunny. You know what I'm saying? Now, for me, it was a DMX story, bro. When he told the story about X, I was just like, what? Yo, this man said, oh, man. Like, imagine that, bro. Like, you go to a show. Matt, you'd enjoy this. Like, you go to a show, whatever. You got all these late 90s headliners and shit, right? Like, whatever. Jay-Z is obviously headlining this show. Second to last is DMX. I might have actually told you this. I don't know if I did. But DMX, he got just straight bangers. That's the thing about X, bro. He got X gonna give it to you. You got all of that good shit. You know what I'm saying? He got the crowd going crazy. You know what I'm saying? And like this nigga, like at the peak of the crowd going crazy, this nigga stops and then he fucking prays, bro. Like he just literally prays with the crowd. Like he got these niggas in worship, bro. Starts up again, and now it's time for Jay-Z to hit the stage. And this nigga's just like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? But he said it because he felt like X always was trying to compete with him and always was trying to be the best. And he felt like DMX made him a better performer because of, that whole, that's just what it was. So that was a really good Jay-Z interview. I felt like on the shot, bro. So I'll always remember that shit.
Yep. But with that, that's the end of the episode.
Bold.
Big
Bold ending.
Bold ending. But you know what it is. That's how we do. Hey. All right. Well, now the official ending. This has been yet another episode of the Saratobi Sports Podcast, brought to you by Regrown Recordings. Regrown, grow your future.
Wow.
And
that was great.
No.
It was great, wasn't it?
That was great. That was fucking great.
Off the
I'm
dome.
taking a soundbite.
Hey, do it. Hey, look, do it. I don't care. That'd be great.
Run it up. No.
What?
You better sell that shit. You better sell that shit.
Actually, no. Trademark it. No. It's trademark it. No.
No.
Trademark.
But it was too late. The verbal contract has been sealed.
I don't consent. Oh boy, but yep. As always, this is the end. This isn't goodbye. Just see you later. Any final words, World Wide West?
No. All I want to do is touch these worldwide breasts.
There you go.
Indeed.
There it is.
Yes.
Matthew Barbas. Any last words?
Get vaccinated if you can.
There you go.
And
I like that.
just contribute to the world, contribute to those around you, love everybody,
There you go.
Wow.
and come to Regrown Recordings.
I like that.
Oh yeah. Look at that. But you know what?
Now listen, that's called motherfucking bars, nigga.
You know nothing about that.
Damn right.
I like where you chimed in, Matt.
Damn right. And you know what? As always, nematodes are people too. Later, everybody.
I got ice in my veins. Walk like a champion. I'm so cold-blooded, I fear nobody. Ain't no letting down, I won't let you down. 'Cause I got ice in my veins. I talk like a champion. I'm so cold.